Welcome to Back Into Fishing. I'm out here today at one of my local bodies of water, sort of going to do a challenge or self-challenge of sorts. A friend of mine recently noticed a certain color bait in a bag I was carrying in my car and said, well, do you use that color? Is it any good? And I said, I've never thrown that color. I have no faith in it at all. They said, well, why don't you just give it a try? So I went through some of my stuff and decided, you know what? I got a couple colors here I have no faith in. Well, let's make a trip out and see if we can catch any fish on them. So today I've got a zoom worm, chartreuse pepper, and a big bite baits worm, and I guess you would call it a bubblegum pink. So anyway, I'll be fishing these on identical rigs, 1/0 hooks, 1/8 ounce weights. I'll alternate between the two into different spots and see if I have any success on them. And I'm going to start right here where I caught 2 fish on my last trip to this lake. And here goes my first pitch in. I picked the chartreuse pepper worm over the other. It seemed to have its own fish oil on it, and for that matter, a great deal of it. There was so much on there I could barely get the hook on the bait. It kept slipping out of my hand. I think I'll do like 3 or 4 casts on each side of the tree with each color, then try the other side of the tree. If there was a fish on this side, that pitch should have landed it right on the top of him. Well, no bites on this side of the tree with either color. So I'll move to the other side. I'm going to start with the pink. Those 2 fish last time came right out of there. Something's on it already. Must have been a bluegill. I'm broken off. That's right, we got the other one. Well, other than that missed fish, which I'm pretty sure was a bluegill, I didn't get a single bite in that spot. Last time I was at this spot, I picked up that nice keeper. Hopefully, something will be in here again today. The only thing that pink worm is doing is getting hung up. I just lost my second one, and that was on the very first cast here. Maybe the chartreuse worms picked up with something. First fish of the day on the chartreuse pepper worm. Somebody calling me on the phone. Yep. He's bleeding too. Now I see the hook. It's not a big a hook. How could he possibly have swallowed it? Yeah. The fish only bled a little. It was just slightly down his throat, a slight little twist of the hook, and it came out. So we know the chartreuse pepper worm works, and see if I can pick something up out of the same spot with the pink one. Okay, last spot on this side of the lake. If I don't get anything out of here, I'll be seeing you on the other side. Well, this is disappointing. On my last cast, the top eyelet of the rod came off. I'd already broke the very end one off. This was the second one down, and now it's gone. I'm not sure how that's going to hamper the rest of the day's fishing, but I don't have the 2 rods with me. We'll see what we can do. I made it over to the other side. Now regarding the rod, unfortunately, this is the one I have the pink worm on, and I really wanted to concentrate more on that since I already caught a fish on the chartreuse one. What I decided is I'm going to lead with the pink from now on. I can still cast with that rod and a pitch with it, not as far, but I still can. And if I catch another one on the chartreuse, I'm going to tie on a pink one onto that one and fish that exclusively. Number 2, another small one on the chartreuse worm. Yep, guess we're going to switch over to the all pink. This looks like one I may have caught before, with that slash down the side there. Now while that last fish did come off the chartreuse worm, this whole area here of about 20-25 yards, I fished just thoroughly with the pink worm first and got nothing. The third cast into this area right over here is where I picked it up on the chartreuse worm. So as I said, I'm going to retire that for the rest of the day. I got the pink worm tied on both rods now, and that's all I'm going to throw the rest of the day. If I'm going to pick up a fish on this pink worm, I think the odds are pretty good in this spot. Can't believe I didn't even get a bite at that last spot. Maybe this one will be more productive. Anything would be more productive. Okay, this will be the last stop for the day. Still not a bite on the pink worm. Well, I would call this challenge a success of sorts. You might not, because I only caught 2 fish, but let's look at what the facts really were. I started fishing the 2 worms, tried to give them equal time in the water. The chartreuse bait caught the first fish. Starting at that point, 2/3 to 3/4 of the time, I was throwing the pink worm. However, the chartreuse worm caught the second fish. At that point, I did not fish it anymore. I just fished the pink worm. Total time in the water with the chartreuse worm might have been 20 minutes. With the pink worm, it was over 2 hours. Never got a single bite on it. So what does that tell me? The chartreuse worm does work for me. The pink worm might work for you, but it does not work for me. That being said, I won't be using them anymore. Therefore, this video is over, and we will see you next time. That being said, I see no point in holding on to any worms I have no confidence in. See ya!